Welcome to this channel. In this lecture, we will learn to discuss about signals and system. To follow this lecture, you should have some basic knowledge of calculus, complex numbers, and some exposure to differential equation. So for this subject, I recommended two books for you to know about signals and system. So the prescribed textbook is Oponium A. Wilski, H. Second editions, 97 Prentice Hall. This textbook will definitely help you to learn about signals and system. And second one is Simon Hackens, Signal System by Simon Hackens and Barry Van Veen. So definitely these two books will help you to learn more and more knowledge about signals and system. So in this lecture video, we will discuss about overview of an signals and system. So followed by this lecture, I included all these remaining topics in upcoming video. So now today we are going to discuss about signals and system. So what is signals? What is system? Why you need signals? Where the signal will be found? Really we could see the signals, or really we could hear the signals. Daily we could live with the signals only, because a signals it plays an important role in day-to-day life. What is signals? Anything that carry the information, we call it as signals. For example, ECG signal. Let us take ECG. ECG is a electrocardiogram. So here this signal it provides the information about the health of person's heart. Look at this statement. It provides the information about health of person's heart, that is heart rate. It provides the information about the heart rate of the human. Next, one more example I will give, that is EEG. EEG is electroencephalogram. So this signal that provides the information about brain activity of a person. So here also it provides the information about brain activity of a person. Note this two statement here. These two signals it provides some information, or it carry the information, or it may convey some information. That's why we call it as signals. So anything that carry the information or it convey the information, we call it as signals. Other than, we have so many examples of signals. For example, seismic signal, speech signal, AC power signal, interest rate of bank. These are some kind of signals. Unemployment rate of country, temperature variation at a point in a furnace, and picture of Mars taken by a spacecraft. So, a function of one or more independent variables which contain some information is called as signals. So here, in this slide, look at this slide. So here, the signals it plays in various areas. For example, communication areas, circuit design, biomedical engineering, power system, speech processing, signal processing, image processing, etc. etc. Here, the signal which are function of one or more independent variables which contain some information about the behavior of nature of some phenomena. The systems, what is system? The system it responds to a particular signal by producing other signal or some desired behavior. That is what we call it as system. So before entering into the system, we should need more information about the signals. Okay. So for examples, if a signal depends only one variables, if a signal is depend upon only one variables, then it is we call it as one-dimensional signals. For example, AC power signals and speech signals are a function of one or more independent variables. So what is that? Yeah, time. So here time is the one kind of independent variables. So it plays a vital role here. So for time division signals, so the signals consist of only one independent variable. Suppose if a signal it can depend upon two independent variables, we call it as image signals or picture signal, that is two-dimensional signals. Other than we can have, suppose if we depend upon more than three variables or four variable means three-dimensional variable. It will depend upon four independent variables, four-dimensional signal. For example, four-dimensional signals, four independent variables are wind and air pressures. These are the four independent variables. For example, latitude, longitude, elevation of time. So these types of signals are multi-dimensional signals. So I'll give here examples of both signal and system. So what is system? Here system is a set of elements or functional blocks which are all connected together to produce the output. Those output is respond to your given input of the signal. That is what system. For example, consider audio amplifier. So what audio amplifier it will do? Audio amplifier will get the low input signal and it will produce the high output signal. That is low input voice, low level audio, it will be converted to high level audio. That is a major role of audio amplifier. Now here audio amplifier is considered as system. It receives the input signal and it processes the input signal and it can produce the output signal. Okay. So what is the relationship between signals and system? Means signals is generally associated with the system. Okay. So look at this example here. Voltage and current as a function of time in an electrical circuit. These are the one example of signals. Okay. So circuit is itself an example of a system. Suppose if you consider, if you take any circuit. Okay, for the circuit, if you want to operate the circuit, you need to give the some voltage or some current. So based upon these two parameters only, our circuit will run. So circuit is considered as a system. This voltage and current in this are nothing but your input signals. Okay, now this signal is flowing into your circuit system. Then let us see another example, a camera. A camera is a system. So this camera, it receives the light from different source and then it produces a photograph. Our output will be photograph, picture. Input is the light received from different source. That is your input. So here in this conversation, so what is system? Camera. Your camera is a system. So this is the example of signals and system. I hope now you should understand about what is signals and what is system, how the signals and system it plays in our day-to-day life. So this is also one of the example. Here see, automobile driver depress the accelerator pedal. So look at this slide. So here the automobile system. So here system is automobile. Okay, so what does mean this statement is, here this automobile responses by increasing the speed of the vehicle. How you increase the speed of the vehicle? Should give some pressure on the pedal of the pedal. Then only the vehicle will move. It will start, it will increase its speed. Okay, now this scenario, okay, you should understand what is signals, what is system, and which one is input signal, which one is output signal. Okay, so here in this scenario, we should understand. So here the system is automobile. So automobile is a system. So this automobile. Okay. Now how the vehicle will be increase its speed means we should give the some pressure on pedal. So you will give the pressure on pedal, that is the input signal. Now what does this automobile do? The system do? The system, it gets the increases. So now what will happen? To increase is the automobile speed. So this increase the speed, no? So the speed is the response of your output signal. So now to increase the speed is output signal. Applying the pedal is input signal. So system is automobile, right? Now I hope again you can get clarity about the signals and system. Next thing is look at this second example. Digitized electrocardiogram as input to a computer program for an automated diagnosis of electrocardiogram. Yes, as I said earlier, electrocardiogram is ECG. ECG to provide the information of heart rate of the humans. Isn't it? It provides the information. So now, in this scenario, system is your computer program. Okay. So digitized electrocardiogram is the input signal, ECG. The heart rate is the response of the output signal. So you talk about or it provides the information for talk about what heart rate. So here the heart rate is the output signal. Okay, input is digitized electrocardiogram. So entire system is we call it as computer program. Okay. Next thing is control input signals to a robot arm. Yeah, now you are going to operate your robot arm. Okay, so that is robot means you should give some input to your robot. Your robot starts to moving his hands from left, right, or up and down like this. Okay, just imagine this to control. Now you are going to control your robot arm. Okay, now the system is your robot arm. So control is you need to operate the robot. You should give the electrical signal. Okay, now this electrical signal control of electrical signal is your input signal. Once your robot it get the input, now it starts to moving of the arm. Okay, this movement of the arm is nothing but your response. That is your output signal. Okay, so here system is robot arm. Input is applying electrical signal. Output is movement. That is moving your arm up and down or left right like this. Okay, signals and system is an important area. Okay, signals is always associated with your system. So your system is always respond to your signals. Okay, now next thing is you want to major application area. So these are the major application areas our signals and system. It's placed in all this area. So one is a communication area, audio and speech processing, image and video processing, acoustics, circuit design, seismology, biomedical engineering, bioinformatics, energy generation and distributed system, chemical process control, aeronautics. So in this lecture, I will give some more explanation about this speech processing, how the speech signal will be operated. Okay. Then ECG about the ECG waveform. With this, I end up this lecture. Okay. What is speech signals? So speech signals is a best example of analog signal. That is continuous time signal. While speaking, the vocal cords constrict the flow of air from the lungs to the vocal tract. Due to this constriction, the pressure in the lungs it increases. What will happen? The air it come out from the lungs. So it will coming through the opening between the vocal tracts. So this flow of air is the source of energy for speech generation. This is the source for speech generation. This is way we all will talk. Okay, how the signal will come out from our mouth means. So this is the procedure. Okay, so speech signal is formed by exciting the through vocal tract, and it can be classified into two types. One is voice sound, another one is unvoiced sound. Voice sound means it produces when the vocal cords vibrate in relaxation mode. This sound includes the vowels, number of consonants like B, D, and R. Unvoiced sounds are generally forming a constriction at some points in the vocal tract. And as air is forced past it, turbulence occurs which causes random noise excitation. So this unvoiced sound includes sound like F, S, S, H. Okay. So this is the procedure for how the speech signal is generated. Okay. So next, ECG signal. So in this masterclass channel, already we posted about the how the ECG signal will be operated. If you know about the ECG, if you want to know about the ECG signal, you go through the video in our posted in our channel. Okay. With this, I concluded this topic. So next, we are going to discuss about the classification of signal in the upcoming video. Thank you for watching.